Let me start by saying something clearly. Romance scams are not about intelligence. They are not about being foolish, not about being greedy, and never about being careless. Smart people fall for romance scam every single day. Doctors, engineers, business owners, professors, people who are careful, logical, and educated. And if you don't understand why, you will keep misunderstanding the people it happens to. Nobody wakes up one morning and says, today, I want to send money to a stranger on the internet. That's not how it happens. It almost always starts the same way, with connections, with someone who listens to you, someone who asks about your day, someone who remembers every small details you discussed about. And this makes you feel loved. And here's the first uncomfortable truth. Smart people are not immune to loneliness. In fact, many smart people are more isolated than others. They are busy, they are responsible, they are independent, they are used to handling things on their own. So when someone comes into their life and offers attention without stress, interest without judgment, and affection without pressure, it looks refreshing. It feels safe. Scammers don't target stupidity. They target emotional gaps. And emotional gaps can exist in anyone's life. It can be in the form of divorce, a breakup, widowhood, relocation, long working hours, emotional neglect. Life creates openings, and scammers are very patient readers of human emotion. Here is another truth people don't like to admit. Smart people trust patterns. When something is consistent, the brain relaxes. For example, someone who consistently sends good morning messages, good night messages, regular calls, daily check-ins, our brains are wired to trust that kind of consistency. Consistency creates safety, and safety lowers suspicion. Scammers understand this deeply, so they don't rush the money. They rush the emotional routine. They build a presence in your life before they build a request. And once someone becomes part of your daily rhythm, they stop feeling like a stranger. They start feeling familiar. And that familiarity is powerful. The brain equates familiarity with safety even when it shouldn't. This is why smart people fall. Because logic is not the first thing engaged. Emotion is being engaged here. Another uncomfortable truth is that smart people often believe they can reason their way out of anything. They think, if something feels wrong, I'll notice it. But romance scams don't start with wrong feelings. They start with good ones. Excitement, relief, hope, connection. And by the time doubt appears, emotional investment is already there. Let's talk about shame for a moment. Because shame is the reason many victims stay silent. When a smart person realizes something might be wrong, they don't immediately ask for help. They feel embarrassed. They think, I should have known better. What will people think of me? How did I let this happen? So instead of questioning the situation, they double down. They give the benefit of the doubt. They ignore the red flags. They explain things away, not because they are foolish, but because they are ashamed of being wrong. And scammers rely on that kind of silence. Another reason why smart people fall is that scammers don't look like villains. They look like lovers. They are kind, supportive, emotionally expressive, sometimes more emotionally expressive than real partners people have had. For some people who felt emotionally unseen for years, this feels intoxicating. And here's the truth. Smart people are often starved of emotional intimacy. They handle responsibilities, they solve problems, they show strength, but they are rarely nurtured. So when someone finally pours attention into them, they open up. Scammers also mirrors values. They like what you like. They believe what you believe. They want exactly what you want. Mirroring creates a false sense of compatibility. Then the brain begins to say, this person understands me. And once someone feels understood, they stop scrutinizing. This is not stupidity. This is psychology. Another reason smart people fall is because scammers isolate gently, not aggressively. They don't say, stop talking to your friends. They say they don't understand us. They are jealous of what we have. This is between you and me. Isolation increases dependency. Dependency increases trust. And trust is the currency of romance scam, not money. Money only comes later. By the time money enters the picture, the emotional bond already feels real. The conversations were real. The feelings were real. The time was real. The victim's experience was real, even if the scammer wasn't. This is why saying, how could you fall for that, is cruel. Because what they fell for was not transaction. They fell for connection. Let me say this clearly. Intelligence does not protect you from emotional manipulation. Awareness does. And awareness starts with removing shame. If you listen to this and you know someone who went through this, be gentle with them. They are not stupid. They are grieving. They are grieving a relationship that felt real to them. And if this is personal to you, if you ever questioned your own judgment, hear this. What happened to you says nothing about your intelligence. It says something about your humanity. Smart people fall for romance scam because they are human first. If this conversation changed how you see romance scam, share your thoughts in the comments. Though some people will disagree, well, that's okay. And if you know someone who needs to hear this without shame, send it to them. If this conversation helps you understand human behavior better, helps you to see clearly without judgment, subscribe and walk with me. This is a space for the truth. People whisper, but rarely explains. See you in the next video.